The Garden by Andrew Marvell. In this video, we will discuss the famous poem of Andrew Marvell. We all know that Andrew Marvell is a famous metaphysical poet, but this poem is quite different from the term metaphysical because here the simplicity is given a beautiful expression with the unification of nature with the unification of natural beauty. Here, the term pastoralism or idyllic beauty, the rural scenic beauty, is quite applicable in this poem because in this poem the poet has shown his favor in respect of the idyllic beauty, in respect of the natural beauty, rather than the metaphysical love, rather than the human relation or human affair or human love, because the poet feels that all kind of beauty, all kind of pleasure lies in the core, in the lapse of beauty, not amidst the human civilization. Here in this poem we will find such type of expression. So if you are new in this channel, please subscribe and don't forget to comment your opinion. This poem is a big one, so therefore I am just supposing to segmentize the poem, and the entire poem will be discussed in two separate segments. The entire poem has 9 stanzas, and so therefore it will take quite a long time. So therefore I request to all of you to pay your patience while learning from this video the entire meaning, the entire illustration. So I will try my level best to present the entire meaning and to help you comprehend the entire meaning. So let's begin. The Garden by Andrew Marvell. How vainly men themselves amazed to win the palm, the oak or bays, and their unceasing labor see, crowned from some single herb or tree. So here in this poem we can see these terms: the palm, the oak or the beech. These are the crucial one. We all know that in the ancient time or in several pictures, historical pictures, we have seen some great queens or kings holding the branches of a tree. So actually, those branches are the symbol of their souvenir. Those branches were the emblem of their power. So here the palm actually here representing the favor or the propulsion. The oak here represents the winning of battle against enemy, or base here base represents the strife, the struggle to pin down something. So at the very beginning, the poet says that how vainly men themselves amaze that people were totally amazing themselves to win the favor, to win the battle against enemies, and to try to pin down some of their beautiful ideas. So the concept is that people are constantly trying their level best to win the favor of some superior person, to gain a battle against their enemy, against their arch enemy, and to write down some of their beautiful ideas. And their incessant labor she crowned from some single harbor tree. And those people who are trying incessantly, who are trying untiringly and continuously, and finally she crowned from some single herb or tree. And they get some prizes, they get some laurel, they get some souvenir, and this souvenir comes to them in the form of a single herb or a tree. So that means that whenever people are getting their winning result in the form of some souvenir, and the fact is that this souvenir is made from a herb or made from a tree. So that means that people are destroying the beauty, the destroying the natural beauty, the trees, only to enjoy the release of the souvenir that they have won against their enemies, whose short and narrow vast set does prudently their toils upbraid. And as a result, whenever those people are destroying the forest, destroying the tree or a herb, so what happens there? That the short and narrow bars shed. So there are many trees and they are forming narrow shape, narrow shade, and those shade, those short shades are actually doing what? Prudently their toils upbraid. They constantly, they intelligently try to scorn, to provide a certain kind of loath to the winning souvenir of the humankind. Because the trees feel that they are destroyed only to enjoy the souvenir of their winning. While all the flowers and all the trees do close to wave the garland of repose, while all the flowers and all the trees of an orchard or of a garden, they stick together to weave a garland of repose. Actually, they form a certain kind of garland of repose by intertwining themselves. So, trees and flowers are spreading their leaves and branches and intermingle with each other, and as a result there appears a certain kind of garland which is nothing but a repose. So therefore, if you are a visitor in a forest, you can surely enjoy the repose of the forest. Actually, the forest is giving to your mind a certain kind of solace. So the first stanza is clearly bestowing the view that forest does or garden does something influential on your brain, on your mentality, to have a certain kind of repose. Now let's have a look into the second stanza. Fair quiet have I found thee here, and innocence thy sister dear. Actually, the poet here says that the background is that the poet is walking through a garden, and the garden was very peaceful, very tranquil, and there the poet saw the quietness, the calmness, and the poet says that have I found thee here. The poet asserting that he has found the calmness, the quietness in the forest, and innocence by thy sister, and innocence thy sister dear. And there the poet also found another one, and whose name is Innocence. And the poet considers Innocence as a sister of quiet. So, brother and sister, they are living together in the forest. Mistaken long I sought you then in busy companies of men. So here the implication we must have to remember: busy companies of men. Actually, we all know that there is a conception in our human civilization, like if you want to make any kind of progress, you must have to struggle, and therefore the another name of life is struggle. So all the people are struggling, they are busy and busy, so they don't have any kind of time to look at the natural beauty, to look at the scenic beauty, to look at the idyllic beauty. So the poet says that mistaken long. The poet has mistaken, the poet has made a mistake. So what is the mistake? The mistake is that I sought you then in busy companies of men. The mistake is that the poet has striven hard to find the innocence, to find the quietness among the busy human being. But the fact is that his effort was vain. He could not find innocence and quietness among the hustle and bustle of the human being. Your sacred plants, if here below, only among the plants will grow. And the poet again asserting that your sacred plants, the plants which are considered sacred, which are considered quite holy. And actually, here the concept of sacred is not in the concept of holy, it is quite defined in the terms of the beautifying aspect. The plants which are beautifying nature, which are giving solace to the human heart, to the human passion. If here below only among the plants will grow, here only below, that means that on the ground only among the plants will grow. Under sacred plants only the plants will grow, and there will be no kind of human invasion, because if there is human invasion, then the sacred plants will destroy themselves and gradually all the forest will be vanished. Society is all but rude to this delicious solitude. But society is all but rude. The society means the social human being. The entire human being is behaving rudely to those trees, to this delicious solitude. The solitude which is delicious and which the trees, which the plants are offering to the human being. But the fact is that the entire human being is totally rude to the solitude that the forest is giving to us. Now look, stanza number 3. No white nor red was ever seen, so amorous as this lovely green. So the poet is actually observing a beautiful, lovely meadows, a beautiful posture, and the amorous aspect of this green, lovely meadows is so charming to the poet that the poet is clearly asserting that neither the red nor white color was so charming as this color of the meadows. So here the poet is giving a superior quality to the lovely green, to the lovely green of the meadows. And what the poet is comparing, the poet is actually comparing the white and the red with the lovely green, and the result, the conclusion is that red and white lags behind in every respect from the lovely green, because the lovely green is so much amorous. Fond lovers, cruel as their flame, cut in these trees their mistress' name. And the fond lovers, the passionate lovers, and they are now burning with their passion. Here, actually, their flame means the burning passion is mentioned here, which is quite strong, which is quite passionate, and which is ready to undertake any kind of action only to uh, gain their lover, gain their love fulfilled. But those fond lovers does what? They cut in those trees their mistress name. They cut the bark of the trees and write down their name, and in this way they try to engrave, they try to ravage the barks of a tree. Little alas, they know or heed how far these beauties here exceed. But the fact is that, the unfortunate fact is that, little alas. Here, alas is the word which expresses shyness. The poet is exclaiming with sigh. Like those lovers who actually try to engrave their name on the barks of a trees. They don't know, they don't even pay any kind of attention how far these beauties are exceed, how far the beauty of the trees exceed the beauty of the beloved. So the comparison is that the beauty of the tree, the beautiful flower, the leaves, the barks, the entire element of the tree is quite better than the beauty of the beloved. So friends, this is the first part and I will complete the second part gradually. So if you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe. Thanks a lot to all of you.